On today's episode, that's right, listener, you're not dreaming. We're back for Season 2. Now grab your tickets because we're getting to the theater. Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to Getting to the Theater. I'm Adam.
I'm Erica.
I'm Etta.
I'm Jeremy.
Hope everybody enjoyed their summer. As you can tell from the episode that you clicked on, we are doing Inception from 2010.
Good year.
Excellent year, I think. Maybe.
Graduated high school. And turned 18.
Did you guys all graduate high school?
No.
I did.
I mean, I
but
graduated
I was
high school.
17.
I mean, we did all graduate high
Yeah.
school, but not that year.
That's what I was asking.
Okay.
Okay, well, this movie was directed by Sir Christopher Nolan. Before we get into the episode, we do want to say at the top, we're not going to talk about this movie completely in order because it jumps around so much. We're probably going to cover everything that's important about how they do their heists before we actually jump into the main heist of the movie. Try to explain all that, then the main plot of the movie.
Okay.
So exposition and then go through.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Well, Jeremy, since you picked this movie, this wasn't new to you
No.
because this is one of your favorite movies.
Yes.
I think it was only new to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm the only one who'd never seen this movie before.
Yeah.
So what's the if we took this movie and we put it in a pot and we stewed it down to just its essence, what's this movie about?
It's a heist movie.
That's perfect. It is absolutely just a heist movie with some crazy sci-fi.
That's literally the kernel of the movie. I mean, you could say a bunch more details, but it is essentially a heist movie.
Yeah.
I want to see more heist movies.
A sci-fi heist movie.
Rewatching this made me be like, I don't watch enough heist movies.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think you liked them all that.
I like
I would consider like Mission Impossible.
and I love
like...
Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay.
And then I also love...
Just not Tom Cruise.
I hate Tom Cruise.
Okay, gotcha.
But I love Mission Impossible.
Shout outs to Tom Cruise.
Or,
Fast and Furious turned into heist films, which I love that franchise.
no. When it got away from racing, it was not for me.
They always race.
Ocean, do you like the ocean?
I love the ocean movies.
Yeah, I love those too.
I think that's a genre I really need to just delve into more because I really like it.
Yeah. The Ocean series starting with Jaws and Deep Blue Sea.
Is Jaws a heist movie?
Oh, I thought we were talking about movies about the ocean.
No, like Ocean's 11, 13. Wow.
No, I knew. I was messing with Erica.
Oh, I was like, did I miss something?
I had never seen Jaws, so I was like, maybe it is a heist movie.
What was that
It's
shark
definitely
really
not
after?
Anaconda. Wait, was Anaconda in the ocean? No, it wasn't in the ocean.
No, it was in the
Anyway.
rainforest.
Yeah, all those movies about the ocean.
So the basic premise of this movie is Leonardo DiCaprio's character Cobb and his partner Arthur are hired by Ken Watanabe's Sato to perform this heist on Cillian Murphy. He's Robert Fisher.
Okay, wait. Let's circle back and talk about the ages of these guys. It is weird seeing them at our current ages. Because I was like looking at it, I was like, man, Leonardo's looking like really young in this. And I looked it up. He's like 36. And I was like, oh, he's a contemporary.
Is that what they call people our age?
Yeah, well, when you're the same age as the people, they're contemporary. We are all contemporaries of each other.
But
I
that
didn't
was
know that.
2010s.
Yeah, well, he's a
you know,
contemporary.
at that time.
Yes,
But
so it's
he's
now.
Definitely not.
Not now.
No, he's 50, I believe
Yeah,
now.
definitely.
Yeah, like 50-something?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was 15 years ago, so
Right.
Yeah.
2010 times, as they like to.
This is Nolan's fourth movie?
Ever?
Hold on. Let me double check that.
I think it was one of his earlier ones
It absolutely is.
because it took him a while. So apparently, it took him a while to, I think, come up with the idea or whatever. I don't even remember.
I believe this is his first movie that is all him. Like, I believe he wrote it, he filmed it.
Wrote and directed.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one of his. I've only seen 4.
Have you seen Tenet?
Nope.
That is Christopher Nolan, right?
Yeah.
That is Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Tenet's pretty good.
I liked it.
Is it a heist?
No, I wouldn't call it a heist.
Oh.
Well,
No, it's not a heist movie.
Oh.
I'm getting it confused with another one.
Sorry, this was his 7th movie.
Oh.
So he had his first film, just Following, from 1998, which was in black and white. He followed that with Memento, Insomnia, Batman Begins, The Prestige, and The Dark Knight, then Inception.
Yeah, I've only seen 4 of his movies.
Which a lot of people got invited from Inception to The Dark Knight,
Oh, absolutely.
but not Leo.
No, he might have been busy with other shit.
It would have been weird to see him in it because he
He could have been a mobster.
maybe, but he's like such a big presence.
Having him as a side character would have just been weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got the people who carry over. You got Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You got Tom Hardy, Michael Caine.
Michael King.
Cillian
Cillian Murphy.
Murphy, thank you.
The lady.
Marion Coulter. Forgive me if I'm saying her name wrong. She is French, and I barely speak English. Ken Watanabe was in Batman Begins, and this is a partial reason why he's in this movie. Christopher Nolan felt bad about what little screen time he had in Batman Begins. He wanted to create a main character specifically for Ken Watanabe. So he had no other people in mind for Sato.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Friendship.
We also have the late, great Pete Postlewaite in this film. He plays Maurice Fisher, Cillian Murphy's dad. Very little screen time. Michael Caine also only has about 3 minutes of screen time in this whole film.
He doesn't need more. It's fine.
Yeah, and this is also his 3rd or 4th collaboration with Nolan at this time, because he was also in the 2 Batman movies and The Prestige. He also works with him again in Interstellar and The Dark Knight Rises. But yeah, so DiCaprio and Gordon-Levitt, basically are thieves who steal stuff from your dreams.
Yep.
And they explain it later on in the film, but when you're in a dream, time moves faster because your brain processes things faster. Mm-hmm. So 1 hour in your dream is 5 minutes in real time. And like every level you go down within dreams, like a dream within a dream within a dream, I believe it's like time is multiplied by like 18 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the exact thing is because towards the end there was some exponential time.
That didn't make sense.
Yeah, it just jumped.
And then when you add sedatives to it
that's
elongates that time.
And also, we learn later, locks you in.
Right.
So a big part of this movie takes place over 10 real hours. And in the first level of the dream state, that would be 8.3 days. In level 2, it would turn into 166 days. In level 3, it would become 9.25 years, roughly.
They kind of roughly explained it in that scene.
And then level 4, which is limbo, would be 185 years. Live 185 years in 10 hours.
Like, are you making it that long, though?
What do you mean?
Like, would you make it 185 years, or would you die in limbo?
You wouldn't die because, I mean...
It's just a dream.
Yeah, nothing's hurting you.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't actually die in there. I mean, this is just lucid dreaming, the movie.
Yes. Which I figured out how to do for a little while because of this movie, actually.
I believe we talked about that on one of our early episodes last season.
Was it The Crow?
Maybe.
Might have been.
It might have been. I've never been able to lucid dream. If I'm dreaming, the second I realize I'm in a dream, I wake up.
Have you tried set it? No, I'm kidding.
So we have our 2 main guys, Cobb and Arthur, and at the start of the film, they are talking to Ken Watanabe's character, Sato, and they're basically telling him that they are, I don't know how else to phrase it, but they're dream security. They can teach him how to fight off these attacks subconsciously.
They were literally telling him what they do. They're just like, oh, we're dream extractor or we're information extractors. We come into your dream and we extract information from it. And we can train you to stop people from doing that so you can keep your business secrets.
Exactly. And while this is going on, we see that this is a dream. They have Ken Watanabe, Sato, Arthur, and Cobb all hooked up to the same little suitcase device they use with the dream chemicals in it. Mm-hmm. One thing I did like about this movie, it never goes too far into the science of how this shit works. It's like you plug this needle into your arm with this drug in it, and boom, we're sharing a dream. Don't worry about what's in there. It's all good. It's going to work.
I think that's one of the helpful parts is it doesn't try to like explain too much.
Yeah.
Like it's not, it's like just believe us and go for it.
It doesn't try to explain anything in reality. Mm-hmm. It does go over the top to explain how things work in the dreams.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But how we get there, don't worry about that. Just know that we're there.
Kind of like in Back to the Future, where their time travel, brilliant. How we got the car to do the time travel, didn't really explain that, but the explanation of time travel, amazing.
Flux capacitor.
Yeah, we have that great scene in part 2 where they're in the barn and Doc is like, look, there's an alternate timeline that started right here, and we have to go back to right before that moment to fix the timeline ahead of it, because if we try to fix it afterward, we're not fixing anything.
Right. Well, I would like to add, I think one of the reasons that they explain so much is much like with your time travel explanation. Mm-hmm. If you just tell somebody, okay, this is how things work in a dream, they could attempt to argue it. Mm-hmm. Partially because these are not real things. These are not solid, scientific things. So it's just like, that's not how it works. It actually works like this. And it's like,
look, just because you dream you're in school with a test and no pants on doesn't mean that you're actually there. You're wearing pants.
Yeah. So they had to create their own hard facts or their own in-universe facts of this is how a dream actually works.
So basically you're in someone else's dream. For the most part. They're all sharing an experience. You're usually in one person's mind. And the more things that get altered by the people who know how to manipulate things in the dream, things that would be, to the dreamer, it would be like, that's out of place. That's not right. That's not usually there. That person's subconscious is going to lock onto that. And all of the projections in the dream, the people, like the NPCs, are going to act like, and they describe it this way in the movie, they're going to act like white blood cells, and they're going to attack the thing that's making those changes. Which is why when in the movie, whenever we have dreams, a big thing is, don't change anything when we're already in there. You're going to build the dream, and we're going to go in, and then that's it. That's set. If you start changing things from that moment, eventually the person that we are trying to incept is going to realize, and we're all going to get kicked out. Mm-hmm. Which is a big thing with Cobb, DiCaprio's character. He can't make any of the dreams. He can't do any of the architectural work because his subconscious won't let him. And we learned that early on at this beginning with when they're meeting Saito, because he sees his wife there.
Right.
In the dream.
Of course, we don't know why just yet.
We don't know why just yet. You're right. But it's something I wish they had done more of. She's like a femme fatale. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because
she's not like a femme fatale. She is a femme fatale.
Yeah, but she doesn't do it. I'd like to see her do more of that. I think we only got like this and one thing near the end for it. Because we see Mal at this party and Arthur's kind of like, what's she doing here? And Cobb is basically like, I'll go talk to her. You go do the next thing. I'll meet you there. And she has a line of, if I jump, do you think I'd survive? And he kind of looks over and he's like, probably not. Or if you hit the water just right, you'd be okay.
Clean dive.
Yeah, clean dive.
Correctly, yeah.
And she makes some line when they're back in his room later about, do the kids miss me? And he's like, I couldn't imagine how much they do. But basically, he's snooping through this. Would you call it a castle?
A mansion.
Mansion, very Japanese style mansion.
And then I don't know but they're in Sato's mind trying to extract information.
Yes, because on the outside they are in
like this not a hotel, but like this building during
It's an apartment building.
Mombasa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in Mombasa.
During some sort of revolution.
Yeah, and it's the three of them they're under, and their architect, Nash, played by Lucas Haas, he's monitoring them. And when Cobb is sneaking around this mansion, he's taking out guards with a silenced pistol, but he's doing this thing I really like where he's putting his hand over the breech of the gun, and he's catching the expended casings so they don't land on the floor and make a noise. Mm-hmm. I'd never seen that done that way in a movie before. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that little detail.
Yeah.
I want to learn how they became so proficient at shooting.
Practice. That's how everybody becomes proficient at shooting.
Because all the projections could not shoot worth a shit, but everybody else
Got
was,
that stormtrooper aid.
like bullets everywhere. But every time they picked up a gun, they're just like, "Oh, people are dying."
They could only hit one target.
Right.
And it was Saito.
Look, if the projections were if the projections were good at shooting, we wouldn't have a movie.
True.
Also, I take it in as the projections we see later are manifested by someone who isn't proficient with weapons. I imagine if they had been proficient with weapons, their subconscious defenses might have been better with it too.
Could be. Of course, the main heist, supposedly, they were supposed to be better.
They were. So they're trying to get this information out of Saito. Cobb gets into his safe and he replaces the envelope with another envelope that is just blank paper. But what gives him away is Mal. Mm-hmm. And this is the femme fatale thing that I liked, where she went to Saito and told him, "Hey, they're about to steal from you," and this guy's working with him, and they have Joseph Gordon-Levitt there.
Because Arthur was just like, he knows. I don't know how he knows, but he knows. So, so they're like, we got to wrap this up like now.
And Mal has a thing of, I'd say we were in your mind based off how well put together everything is, but based on the decor, I'd say we're in Arthur's mind. Mm-hmm. And they have a moment of, if you kill him, he's just going to wake up. Mm-hmm. And she goes, "You're right, but you're not going to wake up from pain." And she shoots him in the knee. Mm-hmm. And
then I think she shoots him in the other knee.
I think she's about to.
She went to, and then Dom dives over the table to get his gun and shoots Arthur.
Okay. Yeah, Arthur immediately wakes up, and Nash is like, "It's too early. What are you doing?" He goes, he knows he's about to wake up.
He's like, "Things went to shit. Let's get this thing going."
Yeah, and he tells Nash to give Cobb a kick, which a kick for the purposes of the heist, that is where you experience a falling sensation while you're sleeping,
which wakes you up.
And we've all felt that. I've been laying down, and like maybe you felt like you tripped on a sidewalk and you fall and you kick and you wake yourself up.
It's actually called a hypnagogic jerk.
Really?
Yeah.
What causes it?
I can't remember exactly, but it's literally that sensation when you're about to fall asleep and you just jump. Mm. Yeah.
But also water. Water is the other thing that will wake you up from a dream.
Oh boy, will it.
Because Nash kicks Cobb backward into a bathtub.
There was a lot of water.
Yeah. But this was a really cool effect of Cobb's name is Dominic Cobb, and only 2 people call him Dom in the whole movie.
Unless we get mixed up with Fast and Furious, because imagine Vin Diesel.
Oh my god! I'm gonna go in here and save my dream family. Sounds more like Stallone, but he gets the information from the document he stole in the mine safe, and as he's standing there reading it, the whole temple, the whole mansion around him is crumbling, and I love this practical set. All this real shit falling apart. And then water just starts spraying in the top windows. And he realizes in that moment, oh, they kicked me. I'm about to wake up.
And it started falling apart when Arthur went down because he was the architect.
Yeah,
so
it was his dream.
All this stuff started crumbling.
Yep. And they have Saito?
I don't...
I think it's Saito.
Saito?
I can't even
I'm going to try to keep the one pronunciation. I'm going to say Saito.
Okay.
We'll follow that.
So he's laying in a bed, and when he comes to, he reaches under the pillow and grabs a fucking gun. Mm-hmm. Which...
Like, who is he? My great-grandma?
It's his apartment, right?
It's his apartment.
Yeah.
He just.
It's
knew
his
there's
apartment.
a
But
gun in there.
I was like, at first I was like, wouldn't they have checked the apartment for guns?
You would think.
But I'd be willing to bet you there's nothing in that gun. Because as we learn in a second, they're still dreaming. Because when they have this, like Erica said, it's almost like a revolution going on. This mob of people are rushing toward their location. Shit's blowing up all over the city. And they knock Sato down to the floor, and he's laying on this carpet. He's like, I know this apartment. I know this carpet. I know all of its imperfections, its burns, its rough spots. I also know that carpet's made of wool. And this is polyester.
But he also called them out. He's just like, how did you know about this spot?
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, well, when you have to hide your mistress. And they're just like, and he's like, you couldn't have gotten in contact with her. And they're like, no, we did. But that was also like something that alerted him that you shouldn't know about this place.
I think that was how they were able to build the apartment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as far as just the...
Oh, so that might have actually been real. Them finding that information out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure that was real.
Okay.
Which I'm sure
Arthur's
is how
job.
they were able to... Sorry, Jeremy.
So that's apparently part of Arthur's job. He does all the research.
Like the research.
Yeah, I got him down as the... when I was taking my notes on the characters, I wrote Arthur down as the intel guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he checks everyone's backstories and everything.
Yep.
Background check, sorry. But...
Also, what was he doing on that rug to know that it was wool? Anyway.
Well, you know what he was doing on that rug, girl.
we know what he was
He
doing.
got up close and
But-
personal naked.
But why would he not pick a better rug?
He also said he hated
That
the
is
rug.
true.
He
He
said,
did
I
say,
hate
"I
this
hate the
rug.
rug."
Maybe she picked it out.
She might have.
mistress,
That
maybe.
might be why he hates the rug. He's like, man, I hate this stupid wool rug.
Yeah.
That's
But-
why he knows.
But he realized it was polyester. And that's what he
Right.
realized. I'm still within a dream. He's like, very good, Mr. Cobb. You're very good at your work.
You lived up to your reputation.
Yep. And he tells him that the people that hired them to steal from Sato don't take failure well. He's like, he needs this information that he had locked away, but it wasn't in that safe. But they don't get it in time because he says something about Cobb's very well-constructed dream, but then that's when Nash steps in, and Nash is like, no, it's actually my dream. And that's when the crowd kind of rush in and they swarm Nash. Boom, he wakes up. I think at this point Arthur had already woken up, and then Cobb wakes up, and they're on a train. And this is reality. And there's some kid there who I guess is just someone they pay off wherever they're at to monitor them while they're sleeping, and they're all attached to that suitcase with the hoses on it and the magic sleep juice in it.
With the button. I mean,
It's got that big rubber button in the middle.
yeah, the button that looks
Yeah.
like you should not touch it.
Mm-hmm. And Arthur has a comment of, I don't like trains. So he's very quick to want to get off of this train.
I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that mob was Sato's own natural dream defenses?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was they were in Nash's dream, but I believe it had to have been someone in like control, because they attacked Nash. Like, he was the one who was making the changes, like we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So they attacked him specifically. So I think it was he constructed the dream, but Sato was kind of the one driving, I guess, because they did not attack Sato at all. Like, when they ran to the apartment, they rushed Nash and Cobb, but they didn't touch Sato. So I'm assuming that it was Nash's dream that he had constructed, but they were letting Sato pilot, because it was all stuff that he recognized.
Right.
So he started to realize things were wrong, and his subconscious was like, oh, they're a dream. We need to get rid of them.
Violet mine. I still like the guy on the top of the car that just started beating the car.
Right?
I was like, all right.
I'm trying to think of who else's dream they went into and who got attacked.
Well, they went into when Cobb meets Ariadne at the college later. They're in his dream, but she's the one manipulating things. So Cobb's subconscious attack her.
Right.
Could it be possible that Maul was directing people's subconscious to attack certain people. I know that wouldn't make sense for Nash's dream. But in Saito's dream, she was there.
Already.
She was there, and they tried to attack Arthur and Dom. And in the one Ariadne was in, she was in there, and so they attacked her.
But those are all shared dreams with Cobb.
Yeah.
So everyone's dreams can they're shared, but it's the fact that Cobb's subconscious is stuck on his wife. That's why she keeps popping up everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So she's also a projection. So is she just directing the rest of the projections to attack certain people?
I don't think she has that kind of power.
You sure?
No, but I just don't think, because they don't mention that she has any power over the others. They just mention she has the ability to fuck things up because it's Cobb's subconscious. Subconsciously, he wants to be with his wife. So the wife is trying to do everything she can in the dreams to keep Cobb
With
there.
her.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, she causes a lot of upheaval.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but there's a thing we missed at the very beginning. The movie opens up on a beach.
Yep.
I thought
And-
you skipped that on purpose
No, I totally forgot about it.
because of the order. It kind of messes up the timeline order if you mention the beach scene.
We already messed up the whole
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, I swore it started off with him in the water.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if I miss something, jump
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cobb washes up on a beach, and they take him in to an old man who, at the moment, you don't know who he is.
And he's an old man.
Yeah, looking
Yeah.
like the little old man from
Yeah. Like,
Big Trouble in Little China.
he literally had that's
or
what I thought too.
SpongeBob's.
He literally has the wispy
Yes.
ass white hair and the wispy ass goatee.
Yeah.
He's
It's
just
crazy.
a raisin man.
Yeah. But he mentions that he knew a man who carried a top like this, and they have some back and forth about, do you want to be an old man living with nothing but regrets, waiting to die? And then
But also, Leo comes in, fisting that spoon, and eating that porridge like he hadn't eaten in 30 years.
Right?
Like, I was like, damn, guy, you just got here.
Also, he looks so out. Like, his eyes just look. Oh my god.
he looked like he was on the verge of tears the entire opening scene.
He just looked beat up. But it makes sense from where he had to go to get to that
Yeah.
point.
Everything he went through to get to that
So-
point, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
But yeah. It was a flash forward.
Yeah.
It was. This movie starts at the end.
Right.
Which I like.
I didn't mind that. So that's when after that scene with the old man, we jump immediately to young Ken Watanabe.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have that whole meeting about, we can teach you to defend yourself against dream attacks, blah, blah. Mel fucks up the heist. Then we're in Mombasa. And they wake up on the train. Everyone disperses from the train. And,
Because Dom's like, I gotta get out of here because we messed up.
Yep. They couldn't get the information they were trying to retrieve from him. So the company that they were working for are going to be pissed.
Oh boy, more than pissed.
Cobalt Engineering.
Yes.
Yep.
And they're on their way out of Tokyo when they get picked up by Sato's people. And he brings them on the helicopter.
Yeah, because Nash sold them out.
As I say, yeah,
Nash
Arthur and
went
him
to-
were.
Yep. Nash.
Sato and tried to bargain for his life or something like that, apparently.
And he basically kicks Nash out of the helicopter and like, you going to kill him? He goes, I'm not. I can't say what Cobalt's going to do. And that's the last we see of Nash. He's not in this movie ever again.
I remember the first time I saw that scene, it kind of confused me a little bit. And then I was just like, well, they were trying to steal business secrets out of that guy's mind. So when he wakes up, I imagine he would be like, okay, kill these guys because they just tried to rob me. So I'm just like, wait, why do you want to kill him at first?
But I love the fact he's like not trying to kill them.
Right.
He's like, I got some use for you.
You're right.
And I'll kind of just, forget how you tried to fuck me.
Now, I feel like if they hadn't pulled off the second part of that, like if they didn't do the dream within a dream, he probably would have killed them. Because it's just like, oh, these guys are terrible.
Well, when he woke up in the first layer dream,
Yeah.
that's when he did have that line that we said, "Fair, your reputation precedes you on this," and that's probably when he got the idea of, I can use this guy to my advantage.
Because, like, I think when he first initially meets me, it's like, I know what you did. You failed.
Yeah.
And then he was like, or did I? And
Yeah,
Like,
'cause
I
he's-
got the information.
Yeah, he was just like, I brought y'all, I let y'all in for an audition.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
And
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was like, "Why'd you let us in anyway? Because you knew the whole time what was going on. Why'd you let us do it?" And he was like, "Oh, it was an audition, but it doesn't matter because y'all failed." And that's when he went on with the, "Hold on, we didn't fail."
I forgot about that whole conversation. Yeah.
Yep.
But he basically tells them, I want you to do a job. And that job is to get Robert Fisher to dissolve his father's company. And I'm like, well, how do you want us to do that? You know, I want you to go in and I want you to give him the idea. And this is where we get our title, Inception.
Inception. Yep.
They're basically planting an idea inside the subject's head, the mark, but they have to make it seem like it's their own idea. So they have to go way down within dreams to plant this idea in their subconscious. And that's our driving point of the movie, is to perform this job. And the reason Cobb is so quick to take this job is because he wants to get back home to his children. And he can't come back to America. But Sato promised him, I will get you clearance to come back to the United States and see your children if you do this job for me.
is he on like a no-fly zone? Like, why? How could he not get in America? I never understood.
That's the part that's kind of funny because he's not on a no-fly list because as we see,
Because he's been flying.
Yeah.
but not to America.
True.
But it's funny, as soon as they are on the plane where the actual heist takes place, like, look, you need to make that phone call before we land, because as soon as we land, I'm going to get arrested. I'm going to be put in prison.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think he would have gotten flagged,
At customs before they left.
right? Like, sorry, you can't get on this plane. It's going to a country you can't go to, and also put these handcuffs on.
Mm-hmm.
You would think, but might just be overthinking the movie where they literally do Dreamception.
But he also bought the airline.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
you're right.
yes.
So-
Sato owns the airline.
He
You're
owns
totally
it,
right.
So he probably just
Waved them on.
yeah.
Yeah, let him on. It's fine.
They
Right.
probably didn't even pay to get on that free. Yeah.
I think he specifically made it so only their people would be in first class, and the flight attendant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the way the plane was set up. Yeah.
To add
Or
to
layout of the plane.
to add to the whole him immediately getting arrested when he lands in the U.S., he is a criminal. Like he steals information from.
He's a thief.
Yeah,
It's just more corporate espionage.
yeah. He steals information from people with money.
He's also technically kidnapping people.
Yeah,
So.
Doing that a lot in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah. So he's a criminal. So I imagine that they would probably get him for a little bit more than just murder. Just like, oh man, this is this guy. Because as Sato said, he's just like, oh, your reputation, you lived up to it. So he has a criminal reputation.
They also have a lot of places to go. Like when he was talking to Arthur, like, where are we going? And he's like, oh, Buenos Aires. Like, that's where we're going to go next. So him being a criminal, he probably already has places to run and hide off to.
Like safe houses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. But they do go to Buenos Aires because they meet Erica's favorite character,
Oh, that's right. To find
Ames.
Mr.
Eames?
Lips.
You call him Mr. Lips?
Oh my god.
Okay, I found some flights for you to Buenos Aires.
Yeah?
Options. Cheapest, Copa and United. Departing
Tom
on March
there?
16th,
Tell me.
returning on March 25th.
We'll be
Is that
gone.
my
Flight
phone or
is
your phone?
28 hours, 16 minutes long and costs
Who's
Oh, that's
phone?
my phone.
It was Jeremy.
Delta, departing on March 16th.
Wow.
My bad.
28 hours sounds terrible, though.
Right.
Thank you.
Luckily,
phone.
they're flying on a private jet.
We appreciate that so much. There must be some kind of setting on this phone. It's just like extremely sensitive.
Oh, so the way the team works, Nolan described it as like almost like the production of a movie. You have Cobb is their leader, he's the director. Arthur is their intel guy, he's the producer. You have Ames, who's a forger, he's their actor. We have
Ariadne.
Ariadne.
I
I'm gonna
hate
struggle with this fucking name.
so much.
Played by Elliot Page.
Which was jarring
Yeah.
to see OG Elliot Page.
yeah.
I was like, oh my god, sir.
This might have been around the time of X-Men 3, right after X-Men 3.
Yeah, it's maybe like 3 years after X3.
Yeah. So, Ariadne is their new architect, and the architects were described as production designers.
Okay.
Sato is their employer. He acts like the studio.
Mm-hmm. The investor, if you will. Is he really only there for the money?
Right. And Robert Fisher is their mark, but he is like the audience. He's the one going into these dreams not knowing what the fuck is happening. He just thinks he's in a dream.
Oh boy.
Because to someone in a dream, it seems completely normal, whatever situation you're in, until just one thing happens to trigger it and make you think, am I in a dream? And that's the subconscious kicking in of, you're dreaming. And then we have Yosef, who we haven't met yet in the movie. He's their chemist, but there was never a proper metaphor for what he does. I was thinking like the makeup guy.
The ticket collector?
He's the usher.
Yeah. To your seat, sir, please.
Yeah. Also, if you take the main group and the first initials of their names, it spells Dreams Pay.
Wow.
Oh, really?
That I did not know at all.
Was that intentional?
I believe so.
Definitely
You have
intentional.
Dom, Robert,
Eames.
Ariadne.
RNA. Yeah.
Ariadne, or Arthur. Who was the M?
Is it Maul?
Who am I missing? It might be Maul.
Maul's the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you also have Sato.
Who's the P? Y is Yusef.
Yep.
The other A is either Arthur or
Ariadne.
Ariadne. Yep.
Yeah.
And then who is the P?
Who's P?
Uncle Peter.
But if we want to start talking about names, Maul means bad.
Yes.
So that fits her character.
Ariadne.
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 We are going to continue to fuck that up until we are done recording
Yep.
this.
We apologize in advance.
But apparently it's a name from Greek mythology. She helped Theseus defeat the Minotaur and escape the labyrinth, which is funny
Oh.
for her character in the movie. She creates the labyrinths
Yeah.
and is kind of helping get out of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, also Dom also means God. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, like him
Dominic
being
Toretto.
the person trying to play God in the dream, but I don't know.
Honestly,
Dominic Cobb.
I feel like he probably should have set these things out.
A little bit better.
Best extractor.
He was the best extractor, but he was also the most
He's the-
volatile member of the group.
Yeah, he's
Literally.
the one causing a lot of their problems. Like, if he was not there, neither would she,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't be telling people their business.
Right.
So, like, hey, maybe train somebody.
But also a lot of the things that you should not do in the dreams, he would just do. He'd be like, you shouldn't do that, and then would just do it.
Right?
Look, that's why he knew. That's why he knew you can't do these things.
like that guy, that survivalist guy who'd be like, don't do this. Like, don't drop into this tank of electric eels. And then he would immediately do that. And he'd be like, why? You just told us not to.
Right. Don't
Sorry.
try this at home, kids.
He's showing you why.
Mm.
So I was trying to find that thing that had the names.
Yeah, Peter, Ariadne, and Yusuf. Supposed.
Oh, you said Peter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Peter Browning. Uncle Peter.
Uncle Peter, yeah.
But he wasn't really part of the team.
He was in there, though.
He was a character.
He was in
I
there.
guess it's more just the characters, not the team. I guess I got that wrong.
Okay.
But yeah.
Because, Mal isn't part of the team.
No, she's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
But
But
Oh
Dream,
boy,
Dreams
she
Pay.
is not.
She's something. Where were we?
The characters.
They're creating the team.
Oh,
And they're getting
the team
Eames.
together. Yeah.
Mr. Lips.
Mr. Lips.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite Tom Hardy role. Like, I hadn't seen this movie in a very long time. And seeing Tom Hardy, this is my first introduction to Tom Hardy. This is my favorite Tom Hardy. Like, we need more flirty Tom Hardy in things. Because he is so goddamn good at it. And so funny. And so hot.
I loved his flirtiness in this movie was good. But I also like the fact he wore like outfits that were straight out of like 1960s. All of his wardrobes look old.
He had a vibe. And I was with it.
Yeah.
Now he's an old man filled with regret.
He doesn't get to that point, luckily. But he joins the team. They get picked up by Sato, and they ask him what he's doing here. And he goes, I'm just, keeping an eye on my investment. That's all. Mm-hmm. And I believe this is where Cobb goes to visit his father-in-law.
I think that's his father-in-law. Yeah.
Played by Michael Caine.
Mm-hmm. Michael Caine.
He had a moment right before they get hired for the Sato job. He's sitting in a hotel, and he pulls out a top, and he spins it. And he's watching it spin, and as he's watching it spin, he picks up a gun, and he's holding this gun close to his head, and he's waiting, and the top falls over, and he puts the gun down, and he gets a call from his kids. And the kids are asking, when he's going to come home, and he says he can't. And then what I assume was his mother-in-law is, telling these kids, you're never going to see your father again. He's not coming home.
She's a little rude.
She's terrible.
She was, but, she knows he's directly responsible for the death of his daughter, or her daughter. She might just be mad at him.
Oh, she's definitely mad at him.
So, I feel like there's something we need to get out of the way now about Cobb. And that is, he and his wife did the 10 hours dream within a dream within a dream down to limbo state. Mm-hmm. And in the dream, they spent a 50-year life together.
Which is really sweet.
It is. But when they woke up, Mal was not convinced she was awake. She thought she was still stuck in a dream. And she, on the night of their anniversary, at this really nice hotel, we see that she has trashed the hotel room. And she sent a letter to her lawyer?
Something like that.
Saying that she thought Dom was going to kill her.
I feel like she's doing too much.
Well,
but also, she had herself declared sane by 3 different psychiatrists. Does that not sound sketch to you?
That sounds like someone who's insane.
Right.
But she wasn't.
But she was doing all of this to frame Dom for her death because she wanted to convince him that he also was still dreaming and he needed to wake up with her.
She basically trapped him in that situation. Your only way out of this is to join me in jumping off this ledge.
And he walks in, he sees this destroyed hotel room. And this isn't something we get until much later in the film, but this movie jumps around so much, like we said at the top. Let's go ahead and talk about some of this stuff now. And she's on the ledge and she's telling him, look, we're still sleeping. This is the only way for us to wake up. And she jumps. And now he is framed for his wife's murder. And he has to leave. And that's why he can't go back to his children. If he goes back to America, he'll be arrested for the murder of his wife that he did not commit.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it. She was in the opposite building.
She was on the opposite window, which I just thought it was a big apartment or a big hotel suite.
Oh, I thought it was a completely separate building with a road in between.
No.
Oh.
I think it was just a U-shaped.
Yeah, it was it was the same building.
Yeah, a U-shaped suite.
I guess.
Yeah.
That makes more sense than it being an opposite building. That'd be crazy. Then
she was crazy.
She was. Mal was crazy.
To be fair, he had previously convinced her to do something insane.
Go 5 layers deep into a dream and stay there for 50 years?
And then lay down on a railroad track.
Which also felt extreme.
Okay, that's 100% right, both of you.
So.
But that's how they woke themselves up,
Yeah.
which was... And this is a very jarring shot.
Very.
Because it ends right before the train hits Mal.
Mm-hmm.
But they're laying down in the exact same positions they are in the real world. Because when they come to... when they're in the dream, Cobb is looking at Mal on the track, and when they get hit by that train and wake up, they're laying on their living room floor in the exact same position.
Mm-hmm.
And it only been 10 hours in real time. But for them, it had been 50 years in a dream.
A hell of a date night.
Hell of a date night. That's part of the reason why Mal keeps showing up in all these dreams, is because Dom is just riddled with guilt and grief over the loss of his wife.
Because this had to be, is it not only like maybe a year or two since she died?
It couldn't be that long because the kids are still
The
small.
kids are the same age.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
might be the same freaking year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never get a time frame of how long it's been since Mal died.
Which explains why she's haunting him. If it's this recent, for all we know, could have been 2 weeks ago. And like,
True, yeah, we don't really have a time period.
That's true. Also, that little boy playing James, the son, is Christopher Nolan's real son.
Oh,
Aw.
Yeah.
But Khalifa over the phone sounds a lot older, though.
she really did.
Yeah.
Oh, the daughter,
Yeah.
Philippa.
Philippa.
Terrible name.
I said that too. The names in this movie are crazy.
Yeah,
So-
I hate so many of their names.
Yeah. So we're going to the college to talk to Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Mm-hmm.
So
Every time.
Every time.
he Cobb gives him like a little bag. He goes, "Hey, these are for the kids. Give it to him." And he tells him that he's so good at his job because Michael Caine's character is the one that trained him.
Mm-hmm.
Showed him everything he knew. And he says, "Let me guess, you're here to corrupt one of my best students." This is where we are introduced to Elliot Page as a name of a character I keep getting wrong.
Ariadne.
Ariadne. I don't know why I cannot remember that. And she is in Michael Caine's class, and he's wanting her to draw a maze. She goes, "Why do that?" He goes, "Well, I need to know that you can do the job before I tell you what the job is." And he's like, "You got 2 minutes to draw a maze." "No, that's shit. Try again." "No, that's shit. Try again." And when he keeps handing her a notepad with the grids on it, the little squares. And after the second one, she flips it over, and on a page that is blank with no grid lines, that's when she does the circle maze.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes a maze that he can't solve, which is exactly what he wants. And they're walking around what looks like Paris. Was Paris?
It looked like Paris,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And he's explaining to her how their system works is when you're dreaming, you have your brain making stuff up, but then you also have your subconscious filling in the gaps of what is imaginary and what is real. And he says the way their organization works is they slip in between those moments, and that's when they start planting their ideas in someone's head. And he says, it's kind of like, you ever notice that when you're in a dream, you never start at the beginning of the dream. You always start somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Like you always wake up in a place that you don't know how you got there. He's like, "Do you remember how we got here? To this coffee shop?" He goes, "Yeah, we were talking oh my God, am I dreaming? Did I get abducted?"
Right.
What? A lot of kidnapping in this movie.
Hey, now, to be fair, she voluntarily went to the first location.
Do we know?
But then when she voluntarily went to the first location and got put to sleep, it was after getting put to sleep, there's just like, oh, I don't know where I am.
Like he said, you start a dream somewhere in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't realize she was in a dream until he told her. And she also, this is a really cool shot of all the buildings and everything around them just start exploding, but not like big fiery ball explosions. Just like everything is erupting out, like the crates of fruit on the street are just.
Because her mind has just been blown.
Boo!
No, that was good. That was good.
No, that was a good one. That was good. And like the building fucking crumbles on them, and they wake up. And he's telling her like, "Look, that was 5 minutes." And she's like, "We were talking for an hour." And this is where we get our math of 5 minutes in real life is 1 hour in a dream, and so on and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And when they go back in, this is where she starts to manipulate things. She does that crazy effect of literally folding Paris over itself.
Which is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Partially because of the song that's playing during it.
Oh, okay. What song was it? I don't remember.
It's called Radical Notion.
Okay.
It's from the soundtrack.
Nice.
Yeah. Who's that? Hans Zimmer did the soundtrack, I want to say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he?
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
I think so, yeah.
I like the soundtrack. But this particular song on the soundtrack is called Radical Notion.
Radical Notion.
Because he had a good run, Hans Zimmer, for like a decade.
Mm-hmm. Then he said he wanted to stop doing superhero film soundtracks. I think he did Batman, he did Superman, or Man of Steel.
I think he did, BVS.
I believe so. But yeah, this particular song on the soundtrack is called Radical Notion, which is a phrase that Sato said at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was just like, I knew this dude. He was a man possessed of some radical notions.
Also, yes, it was Hans Zimmer. So they start walking around the street, and Cobb almost always in this scene has his hands in his pockets. And for a lot of the dream stuff, apparently he keeps his hands kind of out of sight because there's a tell with Cobb from reality to when he's in a dream. There's one distinct thing about him. Did you guys know about it?
Nope.
He has 6 hands. It's an AI situation.
Oh my god. Whenever Cobb is awake, he's not wearing his wedding band. Whenever he's in a dream, he's got his wedding ring on.
Oh, I didn't notice that. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's one of the ways they kind of help you visualize when Cobb is sleeping. There's also a theory that that's his totem.
Mm-hmm.
So
not the actual
the spinning
top.
Yeah.
That's not his totem, though.
So, listener, in the movie, the sleep extractors have to have a totem, which is like almost like a good luck charm, where only they are allowed to touch it, and it is something that only they know about, so that it helps them tell when they're in a dream. But we only ever get to see one use, unfortunately. I would love to see everyone else use theirs. So Cobb in the movie uses it's called an infinity top.
Yep.
I think it has some name. I don't remember.
It could be something different.
Yeah.
But basically, when you spin it in a dream, it's going to continue to spin. It's never going to lose momentum and fall down. So a lot of times in this film, when Cobb comes out of a dream, he runs into a room by himself and he spins that top. Because he's checking to make sure he's actually awake. Because he tells Ariadne,
Mm-hmm.
damn, never recreate something from your memory in a dream. Because that's when you lose your grasp on reality. And he says that's very important. The more you do that, the more you're not going to be able to tell what's real and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
So for him, he uses that top. But there's a theory online that his real totem is his wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
Because we never see it when he's awake. We only see him wear it when he's in a dream. And we learn later in the movie that top was actually Mal's totem.
Mm-hmm.
We see Arthur's totem is a loaded die that he shows Ariadne, but he says you can't touch it. It defeats the purpose of it.
I think there was a different reason that you don't let somebody else touch your... But it's a spoiler.
If you know that someone else touched your totem, then they could have potentially swapped it out with something else.
Mm-hmm. Which would cause you to lose your grip on reality.
Right, because if it's no longer that loaded die, say he let someone touch it and they swapped it with a different red die, he wouldn't know until he went to roll it. And if it did not land on the weighted side, then he wouldn't know what's real and what's not.
Right.
But again, we never get to see anyone use these totems. We never find out what anyone else's is, except for we see Ariadne making hers, and she's like carving a chess piece, like a rook or a bishop.
Yep.
Yeah, something.
But we never get to see anyone use them, which really sucked. I think that would have been cool to see.
But I don't think anybody else was questioning that hard.
No, they're not. But it's a cool detail in the movie.
Yeah, I also don't think anybody goes in as much as Dom.
No, definitely not.
I don't think anyone goes as deep as Dom except for Saito.
Mm-hmm.
Which...
And Ariadne and Fisher.
That's true. I am intrigued to know the type of therapy that Saito's going to need after this.
He's got money.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it's a good thing.
He might wake up and actually want to start killing people.
There's like, how did you know that you're not asleep? It's like, because I'm rich.
In my dreams, I'm poor.
He has a particular wad of cash that he carries around.
No one knows about this, but I actually wear a pinky ring on my toe.
Oh my god.
And then in the dreams, it's just all polyester.
I hate polyester.
Everything's polyester to dream. That's his totem.
Yeah.
He goes in the bathroom, 1-ply toilet paper? This is a dream, guys.
Oh man. See, being rich has so many advantages.
Wow. What were we talking about?
We're using this threshold Dutch oven? What are we, the poor? Commercials on my YouTube?
She was folding up Paris.
Right.
And he's telling her, don't do that, because that's how you lose your grip on reality.
Yes. Don't create things from your mind. And this is actually where she gets swarmed by Dom's subconscious, led by Mal.
Mm-hmm.
Mal comes out of this crowd and just stabs her in the stomach.
Leading the revolution, if you will.
Oh boy, did she.
But she has a line of, or Arthur says, oh, you must have met Mrs. Cobb. And she goes, that was his wife? And he runs off and he spins his top. And this is where she learns about the totem. And the next thing is when they're trying to plan out the actual heist.
Well, then she leaves.
You're right, she leaves.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not signing up for this.
But Cobb tells Arthur she'll be back.
She'll be back, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Never seen somebody pick it up that fast.
Yeah.
They ain't going to be able to put it back down.
No. Where does Cobb go after that? I forget.
He has to go to see Eames.
Oh, because they go to that. Do they go to that sleep den?
No, because they go to get Ariadne first. After Saito gives them the job. Then they get Ariadne. She does all that stuff. And then he's like, where are you going? He's like, oh, I'm going to go get Eames. And he's just like, why would you... He's in wherever the place was. Where
Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
I thought Eames was first.
I thought Ariadne was first.
I swear Eames was first.
I thought so too.
Because
at
he
some
meets
point,
Eames, and then Eames introduces him to Yusuf.
yeah, because they went to that sleep den.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you might be right.
Yeah, I think Ariadne's first, and then Eames.
Okay.
And then they come back with Ariadne.
Well, yeah, because they go to this place. It's almost like an opium den, but it's just where people use the drug to sleep because it's the only way they can dream. Because another thing they say is if you go into dream world too much, you lose your ability to dream. So all these people are paying for some really good lucid dreams, and Yosef, played by
a fellow I've definitely seen before, but I don't know where I've seen him at.
Dilip Rayo. He has he's basically making a super strong sedative for them to keep them under longer. In this montage of getting the team together, we also meet our Mark, Robert Fisher, Cillian Murphy, who his father is on his deathbed, played by Pete Postlethwaite, and he fucking hates his son. Wants nothing to do with him. He has a photograph on the bedside of Maurice and Robert when Robert was a little boy with his paper pinwheel, and Maurice knocks it over, and he tells his Uncle Peter, his godfather, played by Tom Berenger, that it's nice he put that photo up. And he goes, I put that there. Dad hasn't even noticed. It's been there for a week. He does not care.
Also, his mom died not early on when he was a kid, right?
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah. Because he said something about when mom died, he just said, oh, these types of things happen, is how he explained it to him.
I missed that.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's part of the reason why.
Maybe. It's really great, though, that photograph. You have young Maurice, and then you have young Robert, little boy. Mm-hmm. The young Maurice in the photo is just Cillian Murphy with a mustache and a wig on.
That's awesome.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah,
That's
they
funny.
wanted it to seem like they really are related.
Right.
Yeah. So he's just got the mustache, the glasses,
great.
a wig. He's got these 70s sideburns.
I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yeah. So the way they plan this heist, they can't simply go into Robert's dream and give him the idea that you should dissolve your father's company. It has to be so low in his dreams that it seems like he had the idea himself. Mm-hmm. So they're like, all right, we will go into the dream, and we will get him into another dream, and we will get him into a third level of a dream, and that's where we will plant the idea.
And then they were trying to figure out how to kidnap him. Well, no, they kidnap him.
Yeah, no, yeah.
For an extended period of time to be able to have these layers in the dream.
And they say something about, well, if he gets on his private plane, it'll take 10 hours, or it'll take a number of hours to get wherever he's got to go, but he's on a private plane. We'll never get to him. To which I believe it's Sato is like...
This is one of my favorite lines. They're like, unless we buy, like, the whole plane. And he's like, I just bought the whole airline.
No, it was right. It was right before that.
Yeah.
He says, well, he won't take a private plane if his plane is having mechanical problems. So he paid someone to break his plane. That way he would have to buy a ticket on this airline.
Oh.
And that's why Sato bought that airline, because he knew he was going to be on it.
Nice.
He said it would be neater
Yeah.
way. Instead of, because the alternate option would be buying out the first class cabin. And
Right,
paying
that's
off,
right.
Paying off a flight attendant.
Yeah.
He goes, well, I figured I'll just buy the whole airline and be done with it.
It reminds me a little bit of Legally Blonde when she gets into Harvard and Elle's like, what? Like it's hard?
Right.
Like the delivery of which just Saito gave it out. He's just like, obviously that's what I would do.
Right.
It made me think of that scene from The Dark Knight where he's like, oh, I'm actually just going to buy this hotel. Christopher Nolan?
It's also very Tony Starkish.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like in Age of Ultron when he's fighting the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
He tells Jarvis to buy that construction site and then he just destroys it. So that's their plan. And so they get word that Maurice has died. Pete Postlethwaite barely in this film. He might have 2 scenes.
He's in it so like little that I forgot it was him and not Lupin in this movie.
David Thewlis.
What?
Yeah. I thought it was like my brain like substituted him and put in Lupin and it was like, oh. Because it's basically the same guy.
Not even a little bit.
What? No.
Yeah.
I'm not tracking. Doesn't he play one of the Crouches?
He does play Barty Crouch, yes.
He plays Barty Crouch, right?
Yeah.
Who?
Maurice Fisher.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No, that's not Barty
Pete,
Crouch?
Pete Postlethwaite was not in any of the Harry Potter films.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yes.
There's only like 8 British actors.
No. Well, oddly enough, though, the guy who does play Barty Crouch Sr. is also dead.
Oh, okay.
Pete Postlethwaite died not long after this movie was made, I
Who
believe.
was playing Barty Crouch Jr.?
I don't remember.
Or Barty Crouch?
I don't remember his name.
That's a little bit morbid that he was playing in this movie a guy on his deathbed and then died not long after the movie.
Oh, yeah.
He was in one of the things I remember him from the most would be Jurassic Park 2.
Also, every time they show his death face, I laugh.
Oh, it's Robert Lloyd Pack.
Spin around?
You ain't right.
Yeah, Pete Postlethwaite died in January of 2011.
They don't even look remotely alike.
I don't know how we were getting them mixed up.
I don't know.
I also
either.
don't know how you're
I don't
thinking
know how
David
you're-
Thewlis.
Yeah, I was like, how are you putting Lupin?
You do.
Actually,
She
you
does
know
wear
what?
glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
Kind of.
She wears glasses.
Okay. In that picture, almost.
Oh.
Is he the dad in
Closer than Lupin.
I'll give you that.
Is he the dad in Big Fish?
No.
Okay.
That's Albert Finney.
I don't know these white
Man,
men.
these old white men just all look alike.
I'm going to tell you a story about a big fish.
They have a mustache and...
No, this guy was the narrator from James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, that traumatizing movie.
What?
Yeah, he's
I
like that.
love that
He's like that
movie.
homeless guy that wanders into the yard.
So
Yes!
Yeah.
scary.
That's this guy.
The old guy, the
Yeah.
dad?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Yes! Yes. I love that movie.
It's
We should
so
do that
scary.
movie. It is not that scary.
It is terrifying.
You also think The Grinch is terrifying.
'Cause it is.
It's not.
He was also one of the inmates in Alien 3.
Oh, the priest movie. No, they weren't priests.
They weren't priests.
Did you not think his death face was funny?
No.
I thought it was. Yeah.
No, it was kind of goofy.
Okay, good.
He was also in another Leonardo DiCaprio movie in 1996, Romeo and Juliet.
Oh yeah.
He was the priest in that, I believe.
See, I was just getting my priest movies mixed up with him.
They get word that Maurice has died, and they realize they need to put their plan into motion. And this is where they all sneak on the plane. And as they're getting on the plane, Eames pickpockets Robert and steals his passport, and he passes it to Cobb. So Cobb looks at the passport, reads it a little bit to get a little information, and then he passes it up to Robert as if he had dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
And when he gets his drink, he grabs Robert's drink as well, and he drugs it. He like palms this little vial.
Yeah, the way he did it was smooth.
Very neat.
It's very smooth, but it also, as a woman, I would have been like, no, you know what? You go ahead. You take that one. Can I get a new one?
That someone didn't touch.
Yeah, like...
But also, this made me think of that scene from Mission Impossible 1 where they drug a guy using a pen. Like it's a fake syringe. So the lady's sitting there clicking her pen, and she just leans it over this guy's coffee cup and fills the coffee with this medicine that's gonna make him sick.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like Etta said, he's very smooth with this. He just palms the little vial, puts his hand over the top of it, and just bloop.
There's also 2010 times, Erica. People weren't as savvy to not getting drugged.
Also, he's rich, so they're
Yeah.
not gonna think
That's
anybody's
true.
gonna try to do that
I
to
ain't
him.
about to get drugged in first class on
Right.
this plane.
Right.
Also, that sedative was very powerful
Hey,
because
Yusuf
that guy
made
just
that.
took like the tiniest of sips
Yusuf hooked
to
that up.
toast his
Houston
dad.
knew what he was doing.
You didn't see that scene after Leo woke up? And he's just like, it's sharp, no? So that's some good shit.
Oh yeah, because in their whole planning sequence, they were talking about they need the really strong sedative to keep them under longer.
Mm-hmm.
But Yusuf specifically designed it not to mess with your inner ear balance.
Mm-hmm.
So when they do the kick, it's still going to wake you up.
Yep.
And they can hear the music cues.
Oh, we totally forgot to mention that.
Yep.
And honestly, the government's really missing out on not having Yusuf in their back pocket because, good God, this man is a chemist.
Let's make a kidnap some people.
He doesn't work in the U.S., does he?
No, he was over in wherever I think Ames was at.
Yeah.
Any government,
Eames.
the CIA, the KGB, somebody.
He wouldn't work for them. He
Am
only
I-
does good, clean work.
Yusuf's into stealing, not hurting people. But like we talked about, or like I just mentioned the music. They use the music as a cue for whoever's dream they're in. So if the four of us were in a dream, but we were in Erica's specific dream,
We're coming out to Glorilla.
Oh, my God.
we would put on
Which song?
What you know about me?
some headphones blasting some Glorilla, and the person who's awake would put that over Erica's ears. Now, because Erica is the main person we're sharing the dream with, we would all hear that music.
And it would just be a faint, I'm wearing booty shorts because
No.
my paper long.
The actual music they use in the
It's some
movie
French song.
is a French song called Non Je ne regrette rien. I forgot who they said it was performed by. But Hans Zimmer remixed that song to make songs for the soundtrack. So the major action song that you hear, which is called Dream is Collapsing, is actually a remix segment of this French song.
Okay.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is pretty dope.
And then what is that French song you said last night? What she was singing?
Oh, it means no, I don't regret anything.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Also, I found the thing that's the dreams pay thing. I finally found it way later.
Yeah.
Do you want to update?
Wrap around. Let's do a wrap around.
Dom, Robert, Ames, Arthur, Mal, and Sato, dreams. Peter, Ariadne, and Yusuf, pay.
Nice.
So it was Peter.
I just don't.
I was right.
Maybe
Peter, the real Peter isn't part of this heist, but they use Peter in the heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm just.
Uncle Peter.
I'm with you on that one.
I don't like Peter. Boot him. But Eames did a great job impersonating him.
How do you find out you have that skill?
You go into people's dreams a lot. And,
Well, he's an actor.
and you're probably naturally just a person that impersonates people. It's not impersonates, but
Pick up the characteristics. of
does
other people?
impressions of people. You probably.
That's the thing, because I believe when they
I
were
wonder who does
I
that.
don't know
There-
anybody.
there was a scene when we first meet Peter at Maurice's deathbed. Eames had gotten a job there so he could study Peter.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to learn his mannerisms and everything and how he speaks, and that's how he got the information on him, because he spends most of the time acting.
Mm-hmm.
Listener, I'm doing quotes, as Peter. He does another character for a minute, but for the most part it's Peter. And they're on the plane, they've drugged him, they get everything hooked up, and when they go into the first dream, we're in Yusuf's dream. And it's some city, and it's pouring down rain. And we learn it's pouring down rain because Yusuf has to piss. And it's affecting his dream. So he's seeing water everywhere. And someone gets in a cab. Is it Yusuf driving the cab?
Yes, and also Eames is in the back too, right?
Eames gets in the back after they pick up Robert. Robert's standing on the corner.
It's-
He jumps in the cab.
Yusuf, Eames, and then Sato.
Sato's in the passenger
Passenger,
seat.
mhm.
Yeah, because they also got into a red Buick at first, because that's where Arthur, Dom, and Ariadne are.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the red car.
Oh, and she is soaked when she gets in there.
They all look like drowned rats.
Yeah.
It's just pouring down rain. But they take Robert hostage, and before the hostage thing actually happens, he throws his whole wallet at Ames He goes, here, there's $500 in that. The wallet's worth more than that by itself. Get out of this cab. And then, boom, Sato pops up in the front with a gun. Take him hostage. But every time this happens, Eames goes through the wallet. And consistently, in every layer of the dream, he always has that photograph on him with his little boy with the paper pinwheel and his dad. So hold on to that. It's very important. And they get him to... No, they don't even get him to the warehouse, because this is immediately where they get attacked by gunmen.
Yeah.
The subconscious starts attacking them almost immediately.
Immediately. What's the name? They get hit by Dom and Ariadne. They get hit by a train in the middle of the street.
And
It's like downtown New York.
It gets me every time. I know it is coming, and every time I gasp.
It shocked me last night. I was not expecting it.
Yeah.
And it comes out of fucking nowhere. And they did that practically.
Damn.
They built a rig to look like a train, and it was on normal tires. But they really had this big fake train drive through this street wherever they filmed this.
That's great.
Nice.
Which is one thing I love about Christopher Nolan. He would much rather do things practically on set than use CGI. I want to say there's only like 500 special effect shots in this whole movie.
The hallway fight scene was
Yeah,
also done
he has
practical.
to.
That was my favorite part.
That was also practical. They had rotating sets.
I've seen the behind the scenes of that scene. I can't wait to get to it and talk about it. It was so cool.
Arthur is a beast.
I think that's why people like his movies so much, because he is so
Meticulous.
practical. Yeah, in his things. Like, I think, isn't Dunkirk mostly done in just one long shot?
Lots of scenes in Dunkirk, I believe, were one long take. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the way his cinematography style is one of a kind, but also just beautiful and practical in their effects.
I absolutely love that. Because like if you watch like Back to the Future, I want to say there's like 30 something special effects shots, whereas in this it's 500, but you don't really notice them because it might be like the scene where they first take Ariadne into the dream. She's folding Paris over and everything starts to explode around them, shit like that. But it worked because it was only done a little bit.
I think the only one I did not like is when she folded it up and they like stepped up onto it.
They changed that angle?
I think that's the only one I could really tell.
Okay.
But other than that, they seemed to fit in pretty.
Yeah, they were smooth, but
they were very smooth.
Like when she had those doors.
The big mirror?
Yeah. And she like touches it and it breaks, and I was like, oh.
But again, it's like John Carpenter said a long time ago in an interview, CGI is part of your toolbox. It is not the entire toolbox, which
Exactly.
Christopher Nolan lives and breathes by. He hates CGI and special effects. Like, they recreated an atom bomb explosion for Oppenheimer. They recreated that without using CGI. That was a real on-set practical effect, and it was amazing.
I still need to see that movie.
I do too. I've only ever seen clips.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Maybe.
So that's one thing I do love about Christopher Nolan. So Cobb and Ariadne, thank you. God damn, I cannot say this woman's name. They get whacked by this train. Ariadne is very confused in this moment, and Cobb's kind of just like, oh, fuck, I'm fucking this up already. Because 90% of the stuff that goes wrong in this movie is because of Cobb. If he weren't there, most of it wouldn't happen.
I'm pretty sure if he had sat this out, they might have been okay.
They wouldn't have had a job if he hadn't been there.
They wouldn't have, but also there's a wrinkle in this they're not ready for, which is the mercenaries, which they weren't prepared for. So they're getting shot at, they're firing back. They manage to get away inside the red car and the cab, but Sato gets hit. He takes a bullet right to the chest, like right above his heart. And they're at their warehouse, and Eames is like, well, this is an easy solution. We just shoot him. He'll wake up. And they're like, stop. No. Don't shoot him.
Yeah, because he was prepared and ready to go.
He had the gun over his head. So this is where we learned that because of their heavy sedation, if they die now in the dream before the kick, they're going to get stuck in limbo. They can't just wake up right now. But also, he wasn't supposed to have these subconscious self-defenses. They didn't know about that. And this is where Cobb tells Arthur, basically, he fucked up. something he was supposed to know about. And I think Arthur has some comeback about, there's not supposed to be a train downtown either.
Yeah. He said, the training, the militarized subconscious didn't pop up into research.
Yeah. That was some training that Robert had gotten they didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
So they have Robert tied up in a room, and Eames is getting prepared to pretend to be his Uncle Peter. Tom Berenger.
Hold on. They also explained some other stuff about what happens if they die, and it's like, oh, yeah, you slipped into limbo, and they're like, what's down there, and how long would you be down there? And nobody knows except Dom, because they're like, he's the only person that's actually been in limbo
And got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
which I feel like is a good sign. Personally, he did get out.
Yeah.
It proves you can get out. It's not permanent.
Yeah,
It's just super hard to get you out of there.
yeah. Eames at that moment said, "I'm not going any further down." He was like, "I'm done. I'm not going further down." And he's just like, "The projections are gonna kill you if you stay here."
Yeah.
And so they had to go further down.
Mm-hmm. I totally forgot about that.
I feel like Eames is the type of person that refers to himself as a thespian.
Think so?
Yeah. I get that vibe.
Random.
He's like, I'm not an actor. I'm a thespian.
He's dramatic enough.
Yeah.
He is. Because actually in this moment, they get attacked by... Or at the end of this warehouse scene, the subconscious mercenaries find them.
Right, and then they have to get out of the warehouse to go to the next spot, right?
The rest of this dream is spent in the van.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
they get Eames to look like Uncle Robert because they want to get him to start planting an idea in... I'm sorry, Uncle Peter. They want him to start planting an idea in Robert's head.
And he was supposed to have a whole night to do it.
Mm-hmm. But now he's only got
But he has
an
1 hour until the subconscious converges on him.
Right.
Yep.
So
And let's be real. This man did his job.
Yeah, he did.
he did. He got through. But he used the photograph in the wallet. He knows there's something sentimental between this man and his father, and he tells him, as Uncle Peter, your father loved you in his own special way. And Robert says, right before he died, he was trying to say something, and I got close to him, and I heard one thing I could make out was just the word disappointment. I don't really think my father gives two fucks about me.
Damn.
And in that moment, Eames is kind of like,
Yeah, you can see his face like,
fuck,
fuck.
that didn't work. They also made it seem like they were torturing Uncle Peter, because when Eames makes the full transformation, which is a really cool shot, you see him sitting in front of a mirror,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the mirrors is Uncle Peter, but the rest are Eames.
Mm-hmm.
And then they show Cobb, and when they cut back, all the mirrors are, or all but one of the mirrors are Eames, and the other is Uncle Peter.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts screaming, acting like he's being tortured. And it shakes Robert a little bit. But they put the bags over his head, and they knock him out again. And this is where they load everyone up into the van. And so on the plane, everyone is in the dream, except for the flight attendant, I believe. She's the one there supposed to perform the kick to wake them up. Much like they had the kid on the train at the beginning with Sato. When they go into the first layer of the dream, everyone goes into the next layer except for Yusef. He's the one driving the van. Mm-hmm. And for the rest of this dream, they're just in this van. And they're getting chased by mercenaries all over the city, and they're stuck on a bridge. And because they are trapped on the bridge, I believe Yusef puts the headphones on... Is it Arthur?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Arthur.
He puts the headphones on Arthur to let Arthur know that the kick is coming. But this is all being cut in between a whole bunch of shit in the lower layers of the dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to go in order because it's going to be very confusing.
So is Yusef on the plane?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, he is. Yep.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's the flight attendant, then it's Yusuf, then it's Arthur, and then I guess it's Ariadne.
No, it's Eames.
Eames.
Okay.
So this is level 1. It's Yusef. And he puts the headphones on Arthur, and he starts backing up, and he hits the guardrail for this bridge, and it's the first initial jolt of the kick, and everyone in the dream levels feel it. And like, all right, well, that was the first kick. And what's the second one? When the van hits the water. That's going to be our second kick, and that's when we're going to wake up. So we have approximately however much time he says in level 2.
Because they have like an hour, I think, in Yusuf's time, and like
But it also changes too.
Yeah.
Well, in on the plane they have 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of level 1, where Yusuf is in control, they
A
have
week?
1 week.
Mm-hmm.
So 8.3 days.
Yeah. They were like roughly estimating it when they were talking about it. They're
Yeah.
like, you got a week here. If you go down again, you got 6 months, and you go down again, you got 10 years.
Mm-hmm. So now the timetable is sped up because they know they're getting kicked early.
Mm-hmm.
They also had to evacuate the warehouse where we had Etta's favorite line from Eames, where Arthur's shooting at one of the guys on the roof. He's got he's just have an assault rifle, and Eames pops up and he says something about you can't be.
He says, "Don't be afraid to dream bigger, darling."
Yeah, and he pulls out a grenade launcher.
Yeah. Just like,
It's so smooth the way he does it. And the way he delivers the line is great.
just need more that Tom Hardy.
Yeah, that flirtiness.
Yes.
So-
Grenade launcher is my favorite weapon in GTA.
Nice. Yeah. So that's when they get in the van, they're driving around, they end up on the bridge. And they're falling, which shortens their timetable up. But now they're in level 2, and level 2 they're in a hotel. And you have Robert. Oh, they also say that they have to put Sato down another level because it'll ease the pain of his bullet wound.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in level 2, which is a hotel, and in this one, Eames is playing a young woman who is talking to Robert at the bar. And in level 1, they had asked him to. They mentioned something about wanting to get the combination to a safe, his father's secret safe.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert has no idea what they're talking about. He doesn't know anything about a safe, and they want 6 numbers from him. And they make him at gunpoint just repeat the first 6 numbers that pop into his head.
Mm-hmm.
And when the woman leaves at the bar, she leaves her phone number. Her phone number are those 6 numbers. It's like 521-491.
Something like that.
And
I'm gonna be a little bit mean, but this woman looked a little weird.
Yes.
Okay.
Her eyes were a little too far apart.
She looked like the blonde sloth out of Ice Age.
Yep.
oh my god,
You were not wrong. I thought the same thing
Okay,
when I
cool.
was like, I don't want to be a girl hating on a girl.
But yeah.
It's weird. This lady at the bar sounded like John Leguizamo.
As soon as we saw that lady, Etta's just like, her eyes are too far apart.
Yeah.
No, we said similar things.
Mm-hmm.
Something about this lady looks off.
Yikes.
And then this is where they're like, we're gonna run the Mr. Charles, what's it called?
Tactic.
Tactic.
Yeah.
Technique.
Technique, Squidward.
Squidward technique. So now they're in Arthur's dream because Arthur and Ariadne are sitting in like a lobby and they're changing things and the subconscious is like starting to hone in on him.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever things kind of like die down, they kind of like look away again.
They're like, distract. Give me a kiss. Let me rub on you.
Yeah, he kissed. They kissed, and he goes, "Damn, thought that would work."
It was smooth though.
Yep.
Yeah, but Cobb goes up to Robert, and he's basically telling him, like, "You know that was someone trying to steal your information, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're in a dream right now. I'm your subconscious. That training you had, I'm the manifestation of that, and I'm supposed to try to protect you from those kind of invasions."
And Arthur really hates this plan.
Because it apparently never works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, he's just like, I hate this. I
He
hate
doesn't
telling
like the
the
mystery,
subject
yeah.
that they're dreaming because usually the dream collapses almost immediately, which did start happening. Excuse me. When he told Ariadne earlier in the movie, he's just like, "You're dreaming right now," and then he has to say, "Stay calm," because the dream immediately starts collapsing as soon as they're just like, "Oh wait, I'm dreaming." That's why everything starts exploding.
That's probably why you always wake up when you realize it's a dream. Because you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
supposed to
okay.
play into that. It's like, is you're no longer working off subconsciousness.
Oh,
It's like your brain clicks on, and you wake back up.
interesting. I missed all that. Okay.
I told you need to watch this movie twice.
Eh.
Yeah.
There's
mean,
a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot that plays into actual sleep disorders and actual, things that deal with sleep.
And
Yeah.
there's a lot of exposition of how the dreams work in the dreams.
Right.
So
This
it's
movie
a
has
lot
so
to keep
much
track of.
exposition.
Like there's some real stuff in there.
Yeah. So we're at the hotel and Cobb. No, Eames walks away and he changes really quick and he becomes his normal self, and he runs into Sato.
In the
And-
elevator.
Yeah, and Sato actually runs into the
Uncle
dream
Peter.
version of Uncle Peter.
And he goes to be like, hey.
Oh, you changed.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? He goes, sorry, I thought you were somebody else.
Oh, real quick before we go beyond that, when he first walked in on Sato in the elevator, he was still the woman, and he's just like, "Hold it, let me like talk to you for a second. And he's just like, "Oh,
He also picked Robert's pocket again.
did he?"
Yeah, because he hands Sato the wallet.
And he's like, this is worth like $500.
Yeah, and
Yep.
he also finds that photograph again.
Oh,
And Cobb tells him, you know she stole your wallet, right?
yeah.
And he checks. He's like, shit.
But no, what I was gonna say is, I think that man's Eames might be bi.
Oh, yeah. That is not a straight man.
Oh, he loves flirting with people.
Yeah, because he kind of flirted with Sato as that woman in the elevator, and then he was just like, "Ah, it's me."
Also, the tension between him and Arthur, they do
It's-
not like each other.
But it is a beautiful enemies to lovers. Like,
You gotta go.
I love it. The fan fiction on that
But
is
I guess
so good.
I guess it's because their jobs, because Arthur is more of the information, where Eames is just...
A showman.
Yes.
I think the fact that Eames has to be everybody, like whether
Right.
it's a woman, a man, a non-binary person, he's like, I can't, like, I have to play whoever. So I think that fluidity within it also transferred to his sexuality. Because that man will flirt with anything.
Or the other
Maybe.
way around.
Yeah.
But anyway, my bad.
No, I'm with you.
I just figured that Eric would get a kick out of it.
Oh, no, I was 10 steps ahead of you, man.
I'm with you. So, I'm trying to remember how Cobb convinces Robert to go upstairs. Because he's trying to get him to a specific room upstairs, which I believe is room 521.
I think he literally just says,
Well,
he
they're at
asks
the...
him for the number or something like that. He's like, "Do you remember the number for the safe that that you gave them?" And he was just like,
We're
it's-
missing a scene, though,
it was
right?
5-2 something.
Are we?
Because they go from the barn, and he's like, do you trust me to get you out of this? And then he takes him to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's where he's asking him, do you remember
Yeah.
what they wanted you to know before you got here? And he says, they
Gotcha.
asked me for a number. But they're also trying to implant distrust in Uncle Peter in this dream.
That's right.
Because when they get up to the room, Peter walks in, and he says something about
They kidnapped him with me, and then they tortured
Peter was
him.
in on the kidnapping.
Yeah, they were like, they tortured him, and it was like, you saw them torture him, and he's like, "Nah, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
didn't
actually
see it.
see him getting tortured."
Yeah.
And then that's when he's just like, "They're working for you."
Yeah, your uncle's trying to steal this from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. One very important thing that we forgot to talk about earlier was when they were planning the heist, Ariadne kept seeing Cobb hooked up to Yusef's dream machine. And
She would just tap in.
she got a little too nosy. And this was the thing that I didn't like about the movie. We get that Mal is dead, and we get that Cobb is haunted by his wife's death, but they repeated a lot of the stuff over and over again. Like, several of his dreams we see multiple times.
Okay, so the flashback scenes and the whole Dom is haunted aspect, you wanted less of that and more of the result of that with Maul being a femme fatale.
Yes,
Maul
Because
being a
they
different
both
type of
kind of drive
Barbie.
home the same subject,
they do.
but it's just that one seems to work better than
Yeah.
the other one, which is just flashbacks of scenes I've seen before.
Right. Constantly, I know this happened. I already saw this. I saw that. I get it.
I think they were just using those pieces to be like, hey, like, his reality is...
Yeah.
Blurring
But it's like
together.
he was
Blurring,
saying, you
yeah.
could have just had, instead of having the memories in those scenes repeated a bunch of
Constantly,
times, you could have
yeah.
just had her in the movie more
True.
and, doing different things. Like maybe she didn't exactly have to stab somebody. Maybe she could have literally just been standing in the background.
If
Evilly smirking.
if Ariadne had gotten on the elevator in this dream and she was going down, and we don't have to see the conversation from Cobb and Mal's point of view, but if she's going down and she passes by them on that floor and they see her And then she travels down to the lower level, which is the hotel room. And in this moment, she doesn't understand what the hotel room is, and neither do you as the viewer. And then he comes down and gets her, and they just leave real quick. It would have taken less time. It would have been kind of eerie. He could still have that conversation of, you don't need to understand what this is. It's me trying to lock these memories away and wanting to change things. Mm-hmm. That would have been a little faster and less repetitive for me. But this is where, in this scene with the elevators, where we see a bunch of his memories locked away, and it's like one of Mal, them in like a cabin. It's the hotel room where she died. It's their kids on a beach. It's her with the kids on the beach. And it's kind of, like I think Erica said a minute ago, it's the only way he can dream. Mm-hmm. He very much, like, he's the guy that's like, do as I say, not as I do. Because I'm doing all the shit wrong that I tell you not to do to protect yourself. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to fuck up and I'm going to do it.
We're back with Cobb and Fisher in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, no, they're in the hotel room now with Uncle Peter.
Oh, Uncle Peter, yeah.
And they're trying to get Robert to remember what's in that safe. Maybe it was an idea that was put there subconsciously. So they're trying to convince him to come with us into this next dream, so we can figure out what your dad was hiding in that safe. Mm-hmm. So now we have our third dream level, which just made me think of a James Bond movie, which I believe is what it was themed after.
It also feels like a Hitman level.
Yeah, I definitely got Hitman vibes. And this is actually the one part of the movie that in 15 years of cultural osmosis of this film, this is the one part I didn't know anything about. Like, I was like, are we really in a fucking snow base right now? On a mountain?
Yeah.
In all these winter fatigues? Now it's just Sato, Eames, Robert, Ariadne, and Cobb. Mm-hmm. Now they're inside, and Arthur is the one keeping watch over them. But he's in the hotel dealing with the subconscious. But also they're being tossed around inside that van in the first dream level, which is affecting the second dream level. Which is where we get my favorite sequence of this film is Arthur running around this spinning hotel hallway that was a real set that they built that would actually spin completely 360 degrees, and the actors were just fighting from the floor, walls, ceiling, back to the floor. They fall through a couple rooms. This was so fucking cool to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was.
It's such a great scene. It also gives me Daredevil vibes when they're fighting in that hallway scene. Just like less violent and more light. And I really like
hallway fight scenes.
Yeah.
I love a good hallway fight scene.
There's also one in The Raid, but it is insanely violent. You probably don't want to watch it.
No.
It's a hallway fight scene.
I keep meaning to watch those movies.
And it's a good hallway fight scene, but
Okay.
it is
A rough movie?
no, it's not a rough movie. It's violent as hell.
Oh.
The way that fight ends is just like, oh god.
Am I seeing bones being crushed?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, but the like I said, the reason that the hotel is spinning is because the van they're on is also spinning around. Mm-hmm. And when they are falling off of the bridge, that's when the gravity in the dream level 2 in the hotel gets turned off. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, they are now floating, and this is all done practically. It's all wire work. It's amazing. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt did all but one of the stunts for this entire sequence.
Nice.
I don't remember which stunt it was. It might have been the one where they fell through that hotel room door and fell into that hotel room out of the hallway, I'd imagine. But everything else was all Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Nice.
I like that one line he has when he realized gravity is off. He's like, how do I get everyone to feel the kick?
Oh, yeah. How do I... And he does this really cool thing where he has all of his teammates, and he stacks them on top of each other, and then he wraps them in, like, it looks like an electrical cord almost.
Yeah, or phone cord.
Or a phone cord. And he's just spinning them, and it's the real actors. They're just spinning. And then he puts their sleep juice suitcase between them in this stack. I don't know what to call it. And he pushes everyone onto an elevator. And he's going around this elevator, and he's planting these charges around all the brakes and everything on the elevator. And he hears the music, and he's just waiting for the right time to hit that button and send the elevator flying. And all this is happening is intertwined with what's happening in the third dream level.
But also the music kicks on too soon because the whoever's chasing Yusef catches them on the bridge.
Right, that's why
Yeah.
Yusef had to put the headphones on him
Yeah.
on the bridge.
So Arthur's time kept getting shorter and shorter, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he has like 2 minutes," and I was like, "Oh god, 2 minutes to figure out how to defy gravity. That
Right?
sounds great."
Well, they have 2 minutes in level 1 time,
Yeah.
which means in level 2 time he has
Like 45 minutes.
less than an hour.
maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did think that was really cool though.
I think Arthur probably had the hardest section because his whole situation got fucked real quick, real fast.
I was gonna say that the level 3 is the hardest section.
As I say, Eames had a time.
Way more guns.
Yeah.
True.
Yusuf also had it pretty rough. The driving a fucking fan through the rain while being shot at.
That is
The
They
rain is his own fault. He
they
should
were-
have peed before they got on the plane.
You're not wrong, but they all had it pretty rough.
I'd say Sato has it the worst because by the time they get down to level 3, he's not doing so hot, and actually his level 2 body has started bleeding.
Yeah.
He's coughing up blood.
Yeah, well, in level 3.
Mm-hmm.
In level 2, that's not where he was shot. He was shot in level 1, but it's getting so bad he started to bleed there in level 2. And in level 3, he's declining quick. He's like, I'm okay. I'll catch up. Keep going.
But the good news is because they keep bringing him down, he's not feeling it.
He's feeling it less and less.
Yeah.
But eventually it is catching up to him by the end of 3. Because they have to sneak into this base. And this is all stuff that Ariadne had designed earlier in the film. As the dream architect, she built all of these dreams. And she had to make them not too real. Because she didn't want anyone's reality to get flipped. That I'm at a place I know.
Yeah.
But also she couldn't show Cobb. Because Cobb doesn't like to know the maze of the dream. Because he knows his subconscious is going to fuck with it. His subconscious being Mal. And when they are in this third level, at one point Robert manages to get inside and they're pinned down by gunfire, and Cobb has to tell Ariadne, is there a back door? Did you put basically
A failsafe.
yeah,
Like an escape.
yeah, in this dream? And she goes, you told me to tell you. And he goes, is there one? And she says, yeah, the vents.
She said Eames had me put in the vents.
And now that Cobb knows that, Mal knows that. Because as Robert is about to open this safe, the safe that he heard about on level 1, they planted more of it in level 2, and he's finally looking at it in his subconscious. She drops out of a vent behind him and shoots him. And now he is in limbo. But they do have they hook him up to a defibrillator. And Eames is running around the base planting charges to detonate the base. That's going to be their kick in level 2 or
Well,
level 3.
So Robert dies. He gets shot by Mal,
Uh-huh.
and then Dom is like, "Well, this is done. Like it's over."
Yes.
And then
Ariadne.
Ariadne was just like, "Oh no, there's a way to get out. We have to go in deeper."
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like,
But I think she also shoots Mal.
No,
"No,
Dom shot her.
Dom shot her,
Dom shot her. Okay.
but
He
in
just
the
didn't shoot her in time.
shoulder."
Like, she went down. He just didn't shoot her in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hesitated,
Probably because his wife
and
died,
Ariadne's just
a
like,
month ago.
"She's not real. Just shoot her." And he waited too long.
Shoot her.
Yeah, because he was just like, what if she's not? And it's just like,
I'm like, this whole time,
You, of all people, know.
right?
This is a dream. She is dead.
what if she's real? Like, boy, we are on a snow base right now, shooting guns. This is not real. None
Do
of
you
this
not
is real.
hear the GoldenEye music playing right
Yeah,
now?
like, shoot her.
It's like, read the room, my guy.
We're in an N64. But yeah, so Ariadne, you're right. She basically tells him, if we hook up to Fisher right now, we can go in, we can get him out. We also have to go in to get Sato out, because if you look over there, the motherfucker's dead.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
yeah.
He gave, Eames gave him a gun and a grenade.
Mm-hmm.
And he said something about,
He's like, basically, see you on the other side, guy.
Nah,
Well-
he's like, cover this vent and everything will be cool. He's like, here you go, watch the vent. And then Sato's just like, no room for tourists on this job, huh?
Oh, because he said that earlier
Yeah.
when he said he wanted to go on the job,
Yep.
and Eames told him there's no room for tourists. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You-
And they both have a little laugh before Eames runs off. He manages to get that grenade off, though.
Yeah, he does.
He chucks that thing down that vent, but he does eventually succumb to his bullet wound. So now he is also in limbo.
Yep.
And they hook up to Robert. They go into the fourth layer of the dream, which is limbo, which is the most dangerous part, because you can be there for so long you're going to lose your grasp on reality. And this is where we get the big twist of the movie about, actually I think we got it earlier on, but the idea of Inception is so dangerous because you plant that idea in someone's subconscious, it can overtake who they are as a person. So us, by convincing Robert that he should dissolve his father's company by being his own man, that could fundamentally change him.
As it should, because he's a little weak boy.
With daddy's money?
Yeah.
Daddy's money, for real. And Cobb knows all about this because he did it to Mal.
Mm-hmm.
When they were trapped in limbo, the only way he could get her out was to plant an idea in her head that this isn't real.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was, it, like he describes it as a seed, and it grew inside her mind and festered in her mind, and even when they were awake, she thought she was still dreaming. And she even wanted to stay there so badly, she locked her totem, thank you, away in a safe, and she forgot the combination. But I was a little confused because we see Dom go in there later, and he spins the top. And is that to make her think that she's dreaming if she ever opened it again?
So, I was gonna bring up, he brought up that she had chosen to forget something, and so she took her totem and put it in a safe. So she's no longer even checking to see if, the reality she's in is real anymore. So to her, limbo was real because she took the totem, put it in that safe, laying down, not spinning, which meant this world's real. That's what that meant. So she locked that away in her mind. So in her mind, top's not spinning. Their world's real. Dom's just like, I got a fucking idea. Goes, gets her totem, spins it. Now it's just constantly spinning. Closes the safe. Now in her mind, it's not real. But when they left, top's still spinning. So that's how he ended up screwing her up. But originally she had made it so that top was laying down. So she had the idea, this is real.
Okay, so that's how he subconsciously implanted that idea.
That's how he did that.
So next time she went back to look at her totem, she saw it was spinning, and she would think no matter what, she's not awake.
Well, they left limbo, which was the deepest level of her mind. I meant to say that earlier when we were doing the recording. I feel like there would have been a lot of confusion possibly avoided if they had used the words, you're going into somebody's mind a little bit more. Like they had kind of made it more clear. It's like, we are inside your mind, and things that we do in here tamper with your mind. I feel like they didn't make that clear enough. It's like, oh, it's a dream. It's inconsequential stuff. Like, no. Y'all are screwing with people's heads. But yeah, she put the top inside that safe, laying down, which meant to her this world's real. And then Dom went and spun it, which meant to her this world is not real. Then they left her subconscious, so they never fixed that. So that's why she just continued to believe that the world wasn't real, no matter what.
And ended up killing herself.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure if that world that they were in actually wasn't real and she had woken up again, she probably still would have kept believing that it wasn't real. So I don't think there was really even a way to fix that except maybe going back into limbo with her. So that's probably something he should have tried to do.
But also, he went back to get... Or did they have the same totem piece? Just
No,
different...
he got that totem in reality. That was the real totem.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That was the real actual totem, not
But you carry it in your dream with you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's why
okay.
you have to carry it around all the time, because you have to cement in your mind, I always have this item on me.
Okay.
And something about this item will tell me if I'm dreaming or if I'm in reality.
Mm-hmm.
And for Mal's, the top, if it continuously spins, that means you're dreaming.
Gotcha.
Which every time Dom comes out of a dream, he spins it and it eventually falls over. And he has such that moment of such relief on his face of, oh my God, I'm awake.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's how he actually got the top.
But the way they kicked themselves awake, or at least out of limbo, was the train. Which is why he says he doesn't like trains. One popped up in the city street. But they had to have woken themselves up 3 more times. Because each layer has its own kick that has to happen.
Well, Ariadne makes the reference of right before they go into Robert's final dream. She's like, so you just ride the kicks back up.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all supposed to be synchronized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That means there were multiple kicks.
Yes.
Whereas when Cobb and Mal came out of their 50-year stint, what were the rest of those kicks? Because they were just laying on their living room floor.
Maybe they didn't have as deep of a sedative, so they didn't have to have that many kicks to get back out of it.
That sounds good. Let's go with that. I like that. So,
Granted, I don't know how they were sleeping for. Well, no, it was 10 hours.
10 hours.
On the floor, they couldn't.
Maybe
But that's probably why they didn't need to have.
They also kind of just did not fully go into that. You know, they didn't explain that fully. They just like, hey, this is how it happened. Just
Yeah.
That's how they got out. And,
Probably overthinking it.
Yeah.
So they're...
Maybe that's why the death had to be so violent. To wake them up because they were so far deep.
Maybe.
I mean, it was they lived a whole lifetime together.
Yeah.
Putting your head on a railroad track and letting a train come by, that's pretty fucking graphic.
Right? Because, like, I'm like, I don't know. We couldn't just take a really nice, strong pill drink.
Right. Make a poison. Like.
Yeah.
Jump off this roof.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was alluding to, too. Like, he convinced her to do something super crazy. So asking him to jump off a ledge is actually a little bit less crazy, if you ask me.
Honestly, yeah.
It's like, you convinced me to get hit by a train, not too long ago. So I feel like I'm being fair here.
I'm not asking you to get hit by a train.
I would bring that up a lot. Just like, remember that time I got hit by a train for you?
That being said, she wasn't looking at the train. He was looking at the train.
Well, he did that for her, probably. Because...
I wouldn't want to be looking at the train.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even agree to the train, to be fair. But...
Well, it was his idea, so, he probably had to be the one to be like, yeah, I guess I'll take one for the team.
Yeah.
Hey, when I'm not paying attention someday, just shoot me in the back of the head.
Yeah.
That's what he should have did.
I don't even want to see it coming.
Dream or no dream, I ain't getting hit by no train.
Like, the moment he realized that she was a little too deep into this, he should have been like, 2 bullets in the head, and then call it out.
Just
follow her out.
That's really
Make sure
what he
you
should've
double
done.
tap. Make sure you're really gone.
Mm-hmm.
That would have messed things up, though, because he's just like, she didn't want to go back. So if he would have forced her to go back as opposed to convincing her to go back, I'm pretty sure that would have caused, not that it mattered, but I'm pretty sure that would have caused a lot of drama.
Probably.
Yeah, but I feel like it would have been less drama than what he got.
Yes, that would have definitely been less drama than what he got.
Like, I feel like the worst that would have happened, she would have been like, I can't believe you fucking shot me.
Yeah. But he, whatever. He didn't know that it was going to be like that. It's like, once I do this is never going to go away. But anyway, where were we?
We're at the snow base.
Snow base.
And
they're going to sleep. They're going to get Fisher.
They're going to get Fisher and Sato.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they are now in Cobb's mind.
Mm-hmm.
They're in his limbo, the place that he and Mal constructed for those 50 years. And everything is in severe decay. It's crumbling. They even had recreated their own first homes together, like their childhood homes.
Mm-hmm.
You had Mal's there. You had his. They had like their first apartment together, their first house. And they walk into a building that they both really loved living in. And
that's where they find her with Fisher.
Yeah, she's up there with a knife.
Always a knife.
Always a knife.
Yeah, but
It's dramatic.
We don't know where Fisher is just yet, but he is up there with her. It's funny. She got him tied up on the balcony, and he's basically telling her, like, look, no matter what I do in here with all of your perfections, your imperfections, no matter what, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the moment where he finally lets her go. And I think she goes to stab him.
Oh, she stabbed him.
And Ariadne shoots her.
Yep. They have a nice little discussion beforehand, but he kind of played it off like, okay, I'm going to stay with you. And then he's just like, no.
It's like, psych, bitch.
Yeah, he definitely hit her with the Uno reverse.
Said that she was a shade of his wife.
Oh, it was rough.
I was
Yes.
I love that line.
He
You
said
are
some rough shit to her.
shade.
She was just like, all right, and just stabbed him.
Yep. But
But I like that. Because he's like, He's essentially like, you will never be her.
Right.
Because,
You're me, technically.
yeah.
Yep.
You're my subconscious.
It's like, I can't ever create, I can only create an idea of you. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
And it's not a good one.
Nope.
Because he fucked up the real one.
Yep. And she's just like, hey, how about this then? Stabs him.
And Ariadne finds Robert on the patio, on the balcony, and she unties him, and everything's starting to crumble at this point because all the kicks they're coming. Like this whole time of them doing all this stuff in the hotel, all this stuff at the snow base, the van from Dream 1 is still falling into the water. It's about to hit the water. And Ariadne throws Robert off the building. That's his kick. He wakes up.
She kicks him off.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
But when he wakes up back in the snow base, around the same time, Eames hits him with the defibrillator. So it brings him back to Dream Level 3, and he finally goes up to the vault. And he types in those 6 numbers that he had said in Dream 1, and the woman had given him in Dream 2. And the vault opens, and he basically walks into his own memory. And it's his father on his deathbed, and he walks up to him, and again, Pete Postlethwaite is just saying, disappointment. And he's like, I know, Dad. And he says something about he knows that he wasn't the man that his father was.
Mm-hmm.
And Maurice is basically telling him, you're not supposed to be. You're supposed to be your own man. I don't want you to be me.
Disappointed that you tried to be. Yes.
That's right. That was the line.
That's a great line. And
and he's motioning to the safe.
he's that little tiny safe next to his bed. Yeah. And he types in those 6 numbers again. And what you see first is the photograph again that he kept in his wallet.
Mm-hmm.
But when he reaches in and he pulls his hand out, it's that paper pinwheel from the photograph.
Mm-hmm.
And his subconscious is basically telling him, your father did love you, but he also didn't want this. He didn't want you to try to compare yourself to him. Mm-hmm. He wanted you to go out and be your own man. So they succeeded in their mission right here.
Mm-hmm.
They've successfully planted that memory, that idea in Robert's head through these crazy ass fucking dream levels. And
so Eam hits the charges.
And he blows up this entire base.
Yeah, so that's crumbling. And then Ariadne's still in limbo.
But she comes to, like, right as the floor is, like, collapsing.
Which is terrifying.
Yeah.
Right.
She's literally riding these kicks all the way down.
Yeah. And she wakes up with Arthur on the bus. Because the bus hits the water. When the bus hits the water, Arthur detonates the charges in the hotel, which sends the elevator flying.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, the base blows up.
Also, Arthur is, the way he was keeping track of time, like, he's just like, I just have a feel for it. I don't remember if you remember that line, but she's like, how do you keep track of when you need to? He's like, oh, I just know.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I have to gauge it.
He's like an old grandma who's cooking without an actual measuring cup. She's like, it just feels right.
Right.
That's Arthur.
Yeah.
But I guess if you've done it so many times, you kind of just...
Yeah, that's his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also had the music.
Oh, true.
Yeah, the music cue was... Yusef put it on Arthur in Dream 1.
Mm-hmm.
So Arthur could hear it. And then Arthur put it on Eames. So Eames could hear it in Dream 3.
Yep.
And when the bus finally hits the water... Like we said, bus hits water, elevator explosion, base explosion. Everyone's on the bus waking up and they're getting off the bus except for Cobb and Sato.
Yep.
They're still unconscious, and this is where we roll back from the very beginning of the movie. Cobb wakes up on that beach.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets taken in to meet Sato, and they have that conversation about, I knew a man who carried something like this. Do you want to be an old man full of regret? And
he reaches for the gun.
But it immediately pops back to them waking up on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So
they didn't give you the whole Cobb and Sato ride in the kicks.
No, because they want you to question what the end of this movie means. And that's kind of it. They wake up on the plane, and Robert has no idea that any of these people just robbed him, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's getting their bags, but everyone's making it a little too obvious that they know each other,
Yeah,
because as
They're all smiling, patting each other on the back.
Except Sato. Sato looks like he's been through some
he
shit.
looks like he just got revived from the dead. But he quickly
make the phone call.
He picks up that phone real quick. And when they're getting down through customs, Cobb is nervous, but he hands him his information. The guy's, well, welcome back to the United States, Mr. Cobb. So it worked. Everyone's getting their luggage. Cobb goes home to Michael Caine, walking him through the door.
Michael King.
You're so bad at that.
I love it.
And you hear him say, "Kids, look who's here." And DiCaprio, or Cobb, puts the top on the table and he spins it. And before it stops spinning, he walks away to go be with his kids. And as you can hear him talking to his children, the camera just pans in on the top, still spinning on the table. And right before we fade to black, you can see it start to wobble. But it never fully stops.
It doesn't stop spinning.
So the movie makes you want to question at the end, is this reality or is it a dream? But like I mentioned earlier, in this moment, he's not wearing a wedding ring.
Okay.
When he puts his hand on the back of the chair and he puts his other hand down to spin that top, he's not wearing his ring. So now that that's the end of our movie, we'll go around and I will ask everyone if they would have regretted seeing this in the theater and what they think the ending means. And I'll start with Erica.
I did see this in theaters, and I loved it. I really do enjoy this movie. I wish I watched it more. I forgot how much I liked it by rewatching it. But yeah, I think he got out the dream. Like, I think everything went well. I think also, I would like to say, I think they made Fisher a better man in the end. Like, yeah, sure, they fucked him up, irreparably, but
He's fine.
I think he's a better man because of it. I think he's his own man, and that should be applauded. He's gonna randomly see Leonardo DiCaprio's picture one day and be like, I had a dream about him. He gave me a
3 dreams
blowjob."
about him.
Right? It's like, wowed. But they did also ruin his relationship with his uncle, probably. But
Oh.
But is he going to really be able to remember that, though?
maybe.
Maybe not. Because that was 2 dreams
It was
deep.
2 dreams deep, so...
Okay.
He's going to be suspicious all the whole
Yeah.
time.
Uncle Peter, something about you.
I don't trust this.
I can't put my finger on it.
I guess maybe if the uncle tries to stop him from dissolving the company, he'd be like,
I had a dream about this.
yeah. But that being said, yeah, I think he got out, did the thing. Better man, gets to be with his children, grieve his recently deceased wife together
Fully.
as a yeah.
Slap the grandma.
Oh my God, they got into a full fight probably on this lawn.
Talk bad about me in front of my kids.
Ever in your life, talk bad about me in front of these kids again.
Etta, what'd you think?
I like this movie. I'm a DiCaprio fan, so I think it's just really well done. And like I said, I feel like we watch it every year. Jeremy says we don't
do
watch
not.
it that much. But anyway, we watch this movie pretty often.
We do not.
And
I
often
believe you,
enough.
friend.
Anyway,
The ending.
oh, no. I know what happens in this movie, but every time just going through it, I always get surprised by the
train.
Inception.
Yeah.
The train and the Inception. I'm just like, oh man, he did that to her. But anyway, the ending, I do believe he got out of it. He did finally see his kids' faces, which he avoids throughout the entire movie.
Which is something we totally forgot to talk about.
Right.
Every time he sees his kids in a dream.
He always turns away from it.
Yeah, he won't look at... You never see their faces until the very end shot.
Right. So I would like to believe that he did get out of the dream. So, yeah.
Jeremy, I'd love to hear your opinion. This is your favorite movie.
Yeah, it's one of my. It's got to be like top 2, partially because I can't even think of what else would be my favorite movie right now. But I love this movie. As she said, I did watch it a lot. I think I once watched it like twice in the same day.
Nice.
But I was really bored over the summer, so anyway. But yeah, I love this movie. I feel like he definitely got out at the end. I actually wasn't paying attention to the wedding ring thing the first time I had seen it, because I thought he just took the top as his new totem or whatever after his wife passed. But I always felt like he got out of it. I also kind of didn't care, because I'm just like, well, maybe he got out, maybe he didn't. Sometimes there's no definitive answer.
Like Total Recall.
There's a quote from the show Red vs. Blue. At the finale of one of the seasons, one of the characters says, "If you're going to be trapped in a dream, why not make it a good one?"
Right.
And if this is him being trapped in a dream, at least he's going to be happy.
Yeah, he's got his kids. Yeah. And what's her name is no longer tormenting him. So
his mother-in-law.
His mother-in-law is going to be tormenting him.
No, Mal. I imagine if it was a dream, Mal would have definitely been there.
Right.
Right.
Because he saw her with the kids in so many dreams.
I thought he did let her go.
Yeah.
He did let her go.
That really should have been the cue that he was awake, is that she's not there.
With the children.
Yeah, she's not there when he's awake. She's only there when he's asleep.
Mm-hmm. I'd say for me, I probably would have regretted seeing this in the theater.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was visually, I think it was phenomenal. The story was good. It's just a lot of the repetitive stuff about the dead wife really bogged it down for me.
Yikes.
Yeah.
It's a really good theater experience, though.
I believe it.
Yeah.
But it's the cast was great. The music was great. This was a good movie. I enjoyed watching it. It was just a little too long. Like it takes an hour before we even get to the heist.
Mm-hmm.
And then we still have another 90 minutes until the end of the movie. But no, this was a fun movie to watch.
What about the ending?
I do think I think he was awake at the end. I think because right before it cuts, that top is
about to drop.
It's about to wobble itself over, and he's not wearing the wedding ring. So I do think the ending was reality, and he finally made it home to his kids. I do like the fact, though, they leave it kind of ambiguous. That's fun to me. All this stuff in this movie, what's real, what's not. We gotta separate dream from reality. At the very end of the movie, it's like, you figure it out what it is. But no, I liked it. So the next episode we are going to be talking about in 2 weeks is going to be Last Night in Soho.
Okay.
And I know last season we did the ticket price guessing game. We're not going to do it as a game this season. So I'm going to try to figure out a different game to do. Just something that would be harder for everyone to look up. Not that I think everyone in this room would cheat to win a game. Some of you, not all of you. But if you had seen this movie in the theater in 2010, it would have cost you about $7.89.
Yeah, that feels right.
So please follow us on all of our social medias. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, TikTok. All of them at Get2Theater. The number 2. Get2Theater, no spaces. Go check us out there. You'll be able to see upcoming episodes. So join us in 2 weeks for Last Night in Soho. We've been Getting to the Theater. I'm Adam.
I'm Erica.
I'm Etta.
I'm Jeremy.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.